Spy comedy films provide the audience the perfect mix of suspense, thrills, as well as some great laughs. Welcome to the Movie Medic, and in this video, we're gonna be looking at the top 10 spy comedy films of all time.
Alright, let's roll.
Number 10. Once Upon a Honeymoon. It may not be the greatest film from either the stars or the director, but it's definitely really far from the worst.
Mademoiselle buys most of her wardrobe in New York, n'est-ce pas?
New York? I can't bear New York. I'm a Philadelphia girl.
It follows the twisting story of a woman who notices that wherever her husband goes, the Nazis seem to follow. Meanwhile, a charming reporter follows them too. Now, why does the reporter follow them? To know it, you have to see it.
No spoilers.
It's my maid.
Don't you ever throw anything away?
Und Sie sind der Jude, Beckstein.
9. My name is O'Toole. Her name's O'Toole. Mr. and Mrs. Patrick O'Toole.
The comedy is good, and at the same time, it shows the real situation when the Nazis were invading Central and East countries in Europe. At the end, we're gonna say that Leo McCarey directed a really good comedy to tickle us all.
Can anybody help us?
They won't let me telephone or even write. I demanded to see the American consul. They laughed in my face.
Number 9. The Glass Bottom Boat. The film is definitely a piece of pleasure for the fans of Alice Pierce, Edward Andrews, and Paul Lindy.
I didn't mean to scare you. I'm fixing the PA system. I'm sorry. Pritter's the name. Julius Pritter. Pretty hi-fi stereo.
It follows the story of the events of misunderstandings, where the head of an aerospace research facility begins to suspect that his new girlfriend might be a Russian spy.
Yes, but you were looking at me as if you'd never seen me before. You were.
Well, maybe I never have, really, until now.
Bruce, are you sure that you feel all right?
I'm positive.
You can even say that it's Doris Day's one of the funniest films of that era. Most of the people think it is a silly sitcom, but it is not. It's been around 5 decades since its release, but it still doesn't fail to make us laugh.
Hey! What in heaven's name do you think you're doing?
You talking to me?
Yes, I'm talking to you. That's my suit on your line.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's a pretty funny-looking suit.
Number 8. Our Man Flint. First things first, any Bond fan will surely love it. This film isn't just full of goofy moments, but it has its moments that can make you go. It depicts the story of few scientists, evil scientists, who use eco-terrorism to impose their desire on the world by effecting extremes in the weather, and to stop them, Agent Derek Flint goes on the job.
Gentlemen, it's quite true. The weather still continues to defy nature. Overnight, the temperature at the Arctic has risen 4.9 degrees Fahrenheit.
The entire cast has done their job impeccably well. But James Coburn steals the show here with his flawless performance. James Coburn is no longer with us, but his remarkable performance sets a high standard for many more movies to come in this genre.
So what does that eagle attack mean?
He's been trained to recognize and attack Americans.
Anti-American eagle. It's diabolical.
Number 7. Spies Like Us. Something that should not be missed is this film. It has great fun, great comedy sketches, and yeah, tons of satirical humor.
Doctor?
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 Doctor, 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 doctor.
And doctor. Well, we miss anyone?
It follows the story of two bumbling government employees who think that they are US spies, but sooner they realize that they are nothing but just decoys for the nuclear war.
When she was a child in Lithuania, her uncle used to tell a story about strange beings that came down from a disc and stole an ox, which the village had put aside for roasting.
The cast alone makes this comedy stand apart from the rest as a masterpiece. And I personally think that this film is literally worthy of a higher rating than it actually has. It's a completely 102 minutes of goofy ride.
Every minute you don't tell us why you're here, I cut off a finger.
Mine or yours?
Yours.
Number 6. The President's Analyst. It's again James Coburn's masterpiece. It's a satirical classic that aims at everything and everyone. That means it's quite relatable at most of the points.
This class she goes to, what is that?
Her karate class. Look at this. No decorator. Did it all herself.
It's the story of an overworked and stressed out presidential analyst who goes on a run, then agencies like CIA and FBI scramble to retrieve him before anything goes wrong.
Presidency used to be the loneliest job in the world. Now even he has someone to talk to. He can talk to me.
Honey, why don't you just quit?
I can't. I know too much. They'd never let me get away.
It's a scattershot spoof without a mean-spirited bone in its body. And at the end, we're gonna say that Coburn again steals the show here, as he always did.
an opinion of a qualified psychiatrist on all that I've just seen and heard?
Yes, sir, I sure would, sir.
You're a megalomaniac.
Number 5. Red. If Bond ever retired, then he'll become Frank Moses, the main protagonist of the film. Red is just basically ridiculous, entertaining, and delightful.
I owe you for killing Igor.
Igor the Butcher.
He was a great asset.
He was a pig. He was my cousin.
It follows the story of Frank Moses, played by Bruce Willis, who enjoys his retirement from Black Ops agency peacefully. But when his peaceful life gets disrupted by a high-tech assassin, he resembles his old team in a last effort to survive and uncover the assassin.
Where are you trying to kill me?
I'm trying to kill you.
Oh, yeah, you are. Why would I be trying to kill you? Because the last time we met, I tried to kill you. That was a long time ago. Some people hold on to things like that.
The whole cast is great. As much as the cast enjoys enough fun, so does the audience. Especially if we talk about John Malkovich. His absurd goofiness makes the film even more fun to watch.
Frank, how many times have I told you, you cannot trust the system? I told you, when you're in the system, they switch the flip, and you're done.
Number 4. Hopscotch. Witty, entertaining, funny, and really enjoyable Cold War era film.
Oh, it doesn't make any difference whether I'm dead or alive, Joe. He's all washed up now, doesn't he know that? Lean forward, please. Hands behind your back.
What should we talk about first? I mean, everything is undoubtedly great, whether it's the cast, their performances, or the direction. But before that, it follows the story of a CIA agent grounded with desk job by his superiors. So he just retires and writes a tell-all memoir to embarrass his bosses. But things go horribly wrong. Well, talk about the performances. Walter Matthau stole our hearts as he always did. Consider the direction, Ronald Neame again did an impeccable job here too. It's one of those films who never age. It was as fresh at that time, and it is today.
You still take gin and ginger ale?
Mine was never gin and ginger ale. Montrachet 69, please, next to the beer.
Number 3. Sneakers. Not those sneakers. Yes, this one. A perfect blend of romance, tech, and information. It highlights the increasing demand of technology. Now, every film has a little bit of flaws, but if we neglect them, then it's pretty ahead of its time, considering the hacking.
I'm gonna remove my hand now. Please do not scream. I promise nothing is gonna happen to you. Okay?
Who are you?
I'm a private investigator.
It captures the mood when nobody really knew how things are gonna shape up in the hood after the Cold War. You may find it slow at some points, but that is just to build up the story.
My client is vindictive.
And she's using you to get to her.
And she's using me to get to her, you.
It's not fully packed with punches, but it has its moment that can make you laugh.
What do you want, Mr. Bishop?
Clear up my record. Get out of my life.
I don't have much choice, do I?
Not unless you want to read about it in Newsweek.
Number 2. OSS-117, Cairo, Nest of Spies. If seen as a parody of all the Bond films, then it's truly superior. From start to finish, everything is funny, but the most laughable thing is the machoism of the protagonist.
Sinon, pour revenir à ce que vous disiez là sur la situation d'Égypte, le développement, modernité, moi je veux bien, mais enfin, s'il n'y avait pas les Occidentaux, hein?
Plaît-il?
Ben rien que le canal, plaît-il.
It depicts the story of the secret agent OSS-117 who foils Nazis in order to bring peace to the Middle East. It's a brilliant satire of the 60s spy movies. Not just Bond movies, but many more movies like those. The performances given by the whole cast are great, but the Oscar winner Jean Dujardin's goofiness outshines everyone.
C'est toujours un enchantement de vous voir.
Merci Hubert.
Oh, y a pas de quoi. J'aime me battre.
Before we see what we have at number 1, here are some admirable mentions. This Means War.
I missed you. I missed you too. I love you, man. Love you too. We're back.
Oh my God, Ryoka.
I hope you can forgive him, Lauren. He's the best man I know.
Ah, bollocks, man. The pair of you two belong to each other.
You really do. You belong to...
Tuck.
No, thank you, Tuck, but she's already made her choice.
No. No, I didn't.
The Man from U.N.C.L.E.
Hey, comrade.
You're not supposed to be making contact in public.
You're being followed.
I know. Two men from hotel lobby, mid-30s, one in brown suit, other in leather jacket, which is why you should...
Get smart.
He's trying to light his shoe.
It's a shoe bomb. Get him!
It's gum.
Gun? He's got a gun!
Not gum. Gum. No. Gum!
Gum! Marshal, you're under arrest!
Johnny English.
What? Your face is made of plastic. Remove it at once.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Well, I'll just have to remove it myself. Come on. No, come, you want...
Oh, no.
It's all right. Maybe it pulls up from the front.
Spy.
Ouch!
Anton is part of my security team, psycho.
Yeah, well, guess what? I don't like his face. I don't like the looks of your face.
And who the are you?
I'm the person that's gonna cut your off and glue it to your forehead so you look like a limp dick unicorn. That's who the I am.
We publish content like this every week, so if you're really into movies, then you should consider subscribing to our channel. And if you're really enjoying what you're watching, then don't forget to like this video. 1. Charade, the best hybrid of romance, comedy and thrill to be ever made, starring the classiest actors like Cary Grant and Audrey Hepburn.
How'd you like a punch in the nose? Stop treating me like a child.
Well, then stop behaving like one.
It depicts the story when a man is found murdered. Then several men try to pursue the man's wife in order to retrieve the money her murdered husband had stolen.
What do you want?
Now, you must be kidding.
No, I'm not.
Now, come on now, Miss Lambert. You know what it is? You're gonna get it for me, too. You know I ain't fooling around here.
Now, if you watch the film deeply and carefully, you'll feel like it's one of the best Hitchcock's movies that he never made. The tone of the film, the romance, sophisticated comedy, and suspense all give the audience a Hitchcock vibe.
I'll give you a chance, Dial. Which is more than you'd give me. Where's the money?
Is that why you dragged me all the way up here to ask me that?
Did you find your favorite film on the list? If not, don't worry, we'll add it next time. Till then, check out this other clip and subscribe to the Movie Medic for more videos like this.